Okay, hi guys. So it's the next day, and as promised, I thought I'd shoot another little video of this little dealie here. This is an DJI Osmo II, 3-axis gimbal for phones. And so right now, this isn't my phone, of course, that one, but it's in the powered off mode, and there's lots of videos on YouTube about this, but I thought I'd just do a quick demonstration of what it's supposed to do. Hopefully, what it will do for me. So it will take care of all of this jerkiness that I'm attempting to do. So as you can see, it's very flippy floppy right now. It doesn't kind of do much. So what you have to do to initially set this thing up is that you have to balance the phone in the cradles. There's this cradle here slides back and forth like that, and this cradle here slides in and out like that. So as you can see, it's way out of balance now. So the first thing you do is you find where it balances in the horizontal plane. So you do that. It's too much that way. That's not bad. And it's pretty. So you just give it a bit of a wiggle. See where it wants to sit. And a little bit more. And that's pretty much perfect right there. So then you try to get it balanced. Now what I've found is that if you just set it about halfway, it will stay flat like that. So that's actually pretty well balanced like that. So this thing here, let's see if I can point at it. There I am. This is a base that I bought separately for it, and my reasoning for that was because this is a handheld unit, so you can hold it up and do all kinds of funky shit with it. But it doesn't want to stay, you can't just set it down somewhere very easily. And I had actually bought, I don't know where exactly it is at the section. You wouldn't believe that I actually cleaned my bench up yesterday. Here it is. So I bought this, where are you? This tripod here, which is just a little flip out tripod, and it actually works pretty good. It keeps it fairly low to the ground, or to the center of gravity down low. So it wasn't too bad, but because all of the weight is up here, I found it still just a little bit. I could easily bump it and probably knock it over. So that still will be useful for other stuff. The thing I'm disappointed about with this base is that it's not very heavy. So again, it doesn't seem to have a very wide base for the center of gravity that's up here. So I may at a future time see if I can take this apart. As you can see, I think it's just popped in around here. See if I can pop that base out and maybe add some lead shot or something to the base to help it stabilize even just that little bit more. But it's not bad. It works as long as I'm not an idiot, which I am sometimes. It should work. So in order to turn it on, and when I start shooting on this thing with this phone here, you'll start to see how the video is stabilized and everything. But this will kind of give you an idea of what it does. So this is the power button and also the mode button. This is the record button, and this is like a joystick, so you push up, down, left, and right. And this is the zoom. So when you pair this via Bluetooth to the phone, it will do the digital zoom that the phone does. So in order to turn this thing on, and you'll see this kind of thing here, I'm going to see if I can get it off kilter just a little bit. You'll see it when it powers up. You hold it and press the power button for a few seconds, and it kind of zings to life. Bink, there. So now this thing will correct whichever. So now when I pick this up, the phone stays where I want it to go. So it's stabilized now. No matter how I turn it or what I want to do, it'll stay pointing at it. Now there's some software that also comes with this thing, and which again is on this phone. And so when you pair that with Bluetooth and you start up the app on the phone, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. You can change the picture settings, you can change the travel settings. You can actually, when this camera is actually looking at something, you can track it, you can put a box around it and say, I want you to look at that, and no matter where you hold the handle, the phone will keep that in its, the gimbal will keep that in its sight. So let's say if I'm working on a little project like this and it's sitting down here on the bench and I move the camera around, but I want to focus on that, it will keep that in the shot. It somehow remembers what that looks like. And you can do that with people too. I've seen people do it theoretically doing a solo shoot, but I'm not sure how you actually get it to track yourself when you're looking at it, and that may be just some lacks in my logic. But anyway, so that's what it is. It's a DJI Osmo II. I picked this up used for quite a decent price. It comes in a styrofoam case, which is, it's one of those things that's a little bit on the cheapy side. It's a molded case. But you know what? It's light, it's extremely light, and it's actually fairly durable as long as you don't drive over top of it. And comes with a USB charging cable and all that kind of stuff. So it's actually not too awful bad, and I'm hoping to use this for a lot of my video stabilization and any walk around type stuff I want to do and everything. Like I say, there's reviews of this on YouTube, so you can find those there. And the other thing I'm doing, I'm just going to sort of pan around here into my shop. There's the Variac we're working on. I'm trying to set up some video recording setups, and I've got quite a few sort of options, shall we say. They're just little they're cameras, and trying to play with some lighting, which I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work out or not, and just trying to not invest a huge amount of cash at this point in time. But one of the things I'm thinking of is, see, I've got all my vintage instruments here: oscilloscope, signal generator, meter, signal generator, another meter, and a few other things down here. What I'm thinking about doing is right up here on this ledge. It juts out just about an inch or so, which is handy for clamping stuff onto, which I quite like. But on the underside of this, I'm thinking about mounting a track from a pocket door, which are typically about 6 feet long, which is about what this is, and it has a truck that then rolls around. And if I can mount one of these cameras or two of these cameras onto trucks onto that track, then I can roll the camera back and forth to whatever piece of gear I happen to be wanting to film. And the trick is seeming to get the shot steady where it doesn't need a lot of adjustment. I've bought these sort of bendy arm things, and they're okay, but they're actually better left static once you get them into a place, because they tend to vibrate a lot and they're hard to get exactly where you want them. So you can't kind of really do a movable shot. This here is a little video camera it's like a desk light arm kind of thing, but it seems okay as well, and I may use it here. I may actually try to get it more over to the side here so I get a little bit more room from the arm, but it's actually not too bad. The camera that I've got right now is it's an older one. I don't even think it's high def, doesn't even go into 720, so I'm just going to do some experimenting with it and see what I can do with it. And anyway, yeah, so the adventure continues with the camera work and the making the videos, and I do appreciate it. As you can see, I am now shooting in landscape, not portraits. So I have finally figured that out, or learned that, or got it through my skull. That's a bit, because of course it's a better way to shoot. But if anybody has any suggestions, any tricks, anything they've done, anything they've seen that that would work for what I'm trying to do, I'd be more than open to some suggestions. And so anyway, so that's just a little video on the video type work that I'm trying to do, trying to make it better, make these more interesting, and also be able to get the information across. Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you later.